Parametricism, the New Global Style for Architecture and Urban Design, by Patrik Schumacher, prepared by Arkland Pro. Patrik Schumacher, one of the most influential contemporary architects and theorists, presents in this book a bold vision for the future of architecture, a vision he names parametricism. This is not merely a design technique, it is a new global style that redefines how architects think, design, and create. Parametricism emerges from the intersection of digital technology, algorithmic thinking, and an architectural ambition to generate forms and spaces that respond intelligently to complex conditions. Schumacher begins by placing parametricism within the historical evolution of architecture. In the 20th century, modernism dominated, characterized by simplicity, standardization, and functional purity. Modernist architects embraced industrial aesthetics, stripped-down geometry, and mass production. Later, postmodernism brought diversity and ornamentation, reacting against modernism's uniformity, but Schumacher argues that it remained trapped in outdated design logics. Parametricism, as he defines it, transcends both. It embraces complexity, fluidity, and differentiation at every scale. The core principle is that every element of a design is interdependent and responsive to a network of parameters, data-driven rules and relationships that shape the final outcome. The architect does not manually draw every detail. Instead, they design the system of relationships that generates the form. These parameters may include environmental factors, light, wind, climate, functional needs, circulation, spatial hierarchy, structural constraints, and aesthetic intentions. This approach is made possible by the rise of powerful computational tools and parametric modeling software such as Grasshopper, Rhino, and advanced scripting languages. The architect becomes part designer, part programmer, defining variables, constraints, and algorithms that allow the design to evolve in real time as parameters change. Key features of parametricism: fluid forms and continuous surfaces. Instead of rigid boxes or disjointed elements, parametric architecture often produces flowing, organic geometries, continuous surfaces that seamlessly integrate different parts of a building or urban plan. Adaptability and responsiveness. Designs can adapt instantly to new conditions. Change the size of a site, the direction of sunlight, or the density of population, and the form morphs accordingly without starting from scratch. High degree of differentiation. Each part of the design can vary subtly to respond to local conditions, producing spaces that feel customized rather than uniform. Integration across scales. From furniture and interior details to entire urban districts, parametric thinking unifies design at all scales. Schumacher uses numerous examples from Zaha Hadid architects, where he has been a partner for decades, to illustrate how parametricism operates in practice. The Heydar Aliyev Center in Baku, the Guangzhou Opera House, and various master plans all showcase how complex, fluid geometries can be both visually striking and functionally efficient. Parametricism in urban design. In urban contexts, parametricism offers an alternative to rigid grid plans and fragmented postmodern layouts. It promotes adaptive urbanism, where street networks, building clusters, and open spaces evolve through algorithms that balance pedestrian flow, environmental comfort, and density variations. Rather than imposing a static master plan, parametric urbanism generates a living, evolving urban fabric. For instance, building heights might gradually adjust to optimize sunlight penetration and wind flow. Public spaces may expand or contract based on foot traffic simulations, and architectural identities might emerge from the integration of cultural datasets into the parametric model. Beyond aesthetics, Schumacher emphasizes that parametricism is not just a style of curves and smooth forms. Its essence lies in its logic of adaptive systems. While its visual results are distinctive, the real power of parametricism is in its ability to handle complexity, social, environmental, and economic, and produce coherent, highly responsive designs. Challenges and responsibilities. Parametric design requires advanced technical knowledge, interdisciplinary collaboration, and a willingness to think in systems rather than static objects. Schumacher warns against using parametric tools merely for visual novelty. Without grounding in human needs and environmental realities, parametric projects risk becoming meaningless sculptures. He urges architects to embed performance criteria into every parameter, ensuring that designs are as functional and sustainable as they are beautiful. The future vision. In his concluding chapters, Schumacher envisions a future where parametricism is the dominant global style, much like modernism was in the 20th century. He predicts that as artificial intelligence, robotics, and digital fabrication advance, parametricism will merge with these technologies to create architecture that is self-optimizing, mass-customized, and contextually aware. Buildings and cities will behave like living organisms, continually adjusting to their inhabitants and environments. For Schumacher, embracing parametricism is not optional. It is the only viable way forward for a world facing unprecedented complexity, diversity, and environmental challenges. This video is prepared by Arkland Pro. For more deep dives into the most influential architecture books and ideas, subscribe to Arkland Pro and explore the future of design.